live from Oxnard, California, with Lucky McClelland, Angel Miranda, and Eileen Lopez. This is G-Tech Trademark News!
Breaking news. Recent investigations by the EPA have led to the capture of the menace known as the Dust Bowl. Do you even know what the Dust Bowl is? Many people around campus don't. Here's some footage to show you.
Hi, Mr. McNutt. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Do you know what the California Dust Bowl is?
No. It sounds very dusty and dry. I'm assuming it has something to do with the drought.
What about you? Do you know what the California Dust Bowl is?
Nope. No idea.
So do you know anything about the California Dust Bowl, sir?
No, I really don't. Sorry about that.
Sir, do you know what the California Dust Bowl is?
It was caused by the drought.
All right, thank you. Excuse me, sir. Can I stop you for one moment?
Yeah, sure.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you know what the California Dust Bowl is?
Nah, but you should download my mixtape.
Sir, do you know what the California Dust Bowl is?
Welcome for President 2016, boy.
Can you believe not one person in our community knows about the Dust Bowl? Known in history as the Dirty 30s, one of the most devastating environmental disasters, but let's focus on our current California Dust Bowl that Congress created, which very little people have knowledge about. Our correspondent, Eileen Lopez, was able to interview the infamous Dust Bowl.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Eileen Lopez, and here I have an exclusive interview with the infamous Dust Bowl.
Sup?
Hello, sir. I'm Eileen Lopez, and I'm here to ask you a couple questions. I'm with G-Tech News, just to inform you. I'd appreciate if you could answer these questions to the best of your ability. Now, can you give me a little bit of brief history of what the California Dust Bowl is?
Oh, well, yeah, sure, why not?
When agricultural pioneers headed west in the late 19th century, many couldn't resist the tall, grassy land in the semi-arid Midwestern and Southern plains of the United States. They were prosperous in the decades that followed, but when the 1930s rolled in, so did the drought. Strong winds and clouds of dust that plagued nearly 75% of the U.S. between the 1931 and 1939. What was different this time about the 1930s was the disappearance of native grasslands that held down the soil for thousands of years. Some 3 to 12 inches of the fertile topsoil was exposed to the heat and wind. The wind began to blow, and the topsoil began to erode. This caused severe dust storms throughout the Midwestern and Southern plains of the United States.
Can you tell me what can cause the Dust Bowl?
The drought alone did not cause the black blizzards and sandstorms. Although dry spells are inevitable in the region, occurring roughly every 25 years, it was the combination of the drought and misuse of the land that had led to the incredible devastation of the Dust Bowl. For years, originally covered land with grasses that held the fine soil in place, the land of the southern plains was plowed by the settlers who brought their farming techniques with them when they homesteaded the area. Wheat crops were in high demand during World War I, which exhausted the topsoil. Overgrazing by cattle and sheep herds stripped the western plains of their cover. When the drought hit, the land just blew away in the wind.
Why should we be worried about the possibilities of a future Dust Bowl?
While many natural hazards pose immediate threats and kill people in a matter of hours or even minutes of hitting, part of what made the Dust Bowl so dangerous was the fact that it took place over the course of several years. Individuals living in the areas affected by the Dust Bowl literally ate and breathed dust for years on end. Living under these conditions for so long, dust gathered in people's bodies, especially their lungs, which often led to a disease called dust pneumonia. Thousands of people died from dust pneumonia, babies, children, and especially elder people. Often the only thing people could use to protect themselves from the violent storms was a wet handkerchief or bandana pressed over the nose and mouth. The biological effects on people are not the only problem we have to face. You see, for decades, the California Central Valley provided food to the nation and the world, and even made California an agricultural powerhouse through wise water management. But the federal government brought it to an end after determining that the Delta Smelt was more important than the thousands of people employed by the Central Valley agricultural employment jobs or the millions of people fed by it. It started with the 2008 federal court order that stopped water flowing from northern turbines on a supposed need to protect a small 3-inch fish, the Delta Smelt. That was getting ground up in turbines of pump stations that divert the water south. The courts knew it was an unreasonable law, but Congress refused to exempt the fish from the Endangered Species Act. After that, the water cutoff was blamed on the drought, though northern reservoirs are currently full. Whatever the excuse, 75% of the fresh water that was historically irrigated throughout the San Joaquin Valley is now being washed into the open sea. For farmers in the southwest part of the valley, in 2009 the cutoff amounted to 90%. California's San Joaquin Valley is the salad bowl of the world, providing the nation and parts of the world with the majority of fruits and vegetables. But with another man-made drought booming, the San Joaquin Valley is in danger of becoming a dust bowl unless immediate action is taken to change policies that put the needs of fish above the livelihood of people.
Thank you for the once-in-a-lifetime interview. It's been great. It really opened up my eyes to see what the Dust Bowl can really do. Now back to you guys in the studio.
That was a very great story, right?
Really good story. Thank you for tuning in this week to
G-Tech News.